everybody. Thanks so much for coming. I've decided to do Q&A because there were so many questions, not only for the quantum structure, but especially what is coming up, and especially the predictions that they end up talking about. Because when I do predictions, usually comes out of the blue. And I don't know when they're gonna tell, what they're gonna say. And what I discovered that sometimes they keep something out and are not telling me exactly, because of course they don't want to tell the enemies, for example, everything that they're doing, governmental problems, everything that humanity will go through, because in front of their faces what is happening. You cannot make a change if you don't wake up from within to see the manipulation, because you were so manipulated to such an extent that there's no way you will see what's really going on behind. There's a lot of diversion that is happening right now globally. We're not talking USA, we're talking globally, because when you are doing something very secretive, you want to make a diversion somewhere so everybody pays attention while the rats are doing something in this site. So pay close attention. I follow Q, and I particularly follow Praying Medic. If you go to my website, my YouTube channel, The Harmonic Reactor, go under my channels and you're gonna find Praying Medic. You're gonna see like he's posting. The reason I follow him, because what happened was that the messages that I was getting were similar to what he was decoding from Q. Don't take anything as literal, whatever is said there, because there are codes in there when they say stuff that are not exactly. The way when they were trying to take the house, I was told that it's going to be a blue bird, not a blue wave. And I thought that they taken the house, because this is how I interpreted it. But the truth was that they were focused on the Senate, not on the House. So the information that they gave me was kind of half and half. But they didn't tell me more. So sometimes you may ask me, well, what does that mean? And I cannot tell you, because the information is not coming. The information will come when it's the right time to come. What I can tell you that the deep state is going down rapidly. But this is the reason why you see so much stuff that is happening globally, because what happened was that they were asked to stop and they decided to continue. And this is the reason why you see all this really escalation of the stuff that is happening in France. But pay close attention what's happening with the generals now in France, because everybody is part of the consciousness, including the negative side. And their own higher selves and guidance will sabotage their platforms in order the ascension to happen, because ascension is also part of their consciousness, and they cannot destroy themselves instead going back to source if they don't make it, which of course is not happening. So the future predictions were that, if you want, I can read it again for you. What was the latest? Again, was the blind will start seeing, the dead will rise up, the will becomes reborn, basically the ones that are sick, the bloodshed will stop, the monkey will not hide. Somebody asked me, what does that mean? I'm not giving information for that. This could be a code for something, so when the time comes, I will, tell you. The willow tree will be burned, and I have a feeling that has something to do with the black magic about that, because usually focus pocus, whatever they're doing is made from a certain tree. So I think it will be an exposure of all the manipulation that is done. They talk about the humanity of Hindus, basically the India, from India will rise up, and that will be a big uprise. I don't know how it's going to happen, when it's going to happen. They're giving us a platforms, and I'm going to talk about why platforms. Then they said the historical society will be exposed. And this is because through history, there was so much cover up and so much manipulation that it's basically impossible for us to know what the truth is. What they said to me, there is going to be some kind of an upgrade for every single individual in the planet when the moment comes in at the right time, that all of a sudden you're going to have awakening and you're going to have a knowing and probably a connection with your higher self and guidance, what the truth is and who you're from. I had a downloads before about the fact that we are made from the extraterrestrials, different races, and you were genetically engineered. So genome manipulation is something completely normal through the universe, through the magma. That's how you create worlds, but you can take it from a negative point of view and you can take it from a positive point of view. When you want to create something for humanity, you can restore, restructure everything you want in the name of humanity, and you can destroy. That is depending how you interact with all the, all the belief system. So I think a lot of stuff is going to be basically revealed historically, and again, it's going to happen step by step, which will shook the ground, I think, for a lot of societies to realize what's really going on. The meaningful medicine will be replaced. Basically, I think we're going to have our technologies to come out that they've been suppressing, but you're going to hear, oh, somebody in such and such discovered something, and the truth is we had it, but you cannot release something at once because a lot of people need to wake up step by step. You don't want to cause a panic. So a lot of people ask, well, how come we don't see arrests yet? There are arrests, but you don't see them in a national media, because exactly the national media is the one that is controlling everything from the negative side. So you have to look alternative, you have to do your own research, and you're going to see step by step how things are happening. And when the right time comes in, you're going to hear by one person on the other person. But don't worry, everything is going to happen slowly and steadily, because from consciousness itself, you're going to see based on your platform your own realities. New technology will come after that. The secrets will stop, everything will be revealed. The new structures will rise up, and the structures will rise up from the ground up, basically from the society, from the humans. When we wake up, and you're gonna see things happening. Again, I think Americans are very good-hearted. I think you're the power in the planet. But I think you've been suppressed in a way of giving you enough, and I'm saying this because I'm immigrant to this country. I came here with $600 in my pocket, no language, and I came from corrupted society with was communism. So I know how things work, and you've been given enough. So when you keep you happy and give you enough, so you don't see what, again, diversion in your society, but you're very warm-hearted and you're very personable, which that's why I love Americans the way you guys are as a society. And you're a sleeping lion, and when this lion wakes up, I guarantee you this planet is gonna shake from whatever you guys can achieve in this. And from that country, they told me things will start rolling down. That's why everybody's watching what is happening right now and how you guys interact. So they said after that we will have the military force will recognize the preservation of humanity. And this is exactly what is happening right now. Now, I'm not going to tell you exactly what, but think about it. How other societies of countries, no matter what it is, they convert a government. Is it happening only from the people, or you have a military conversion? So you have to think about it. If they're white hats in the military, why exactly you see what is happening? Think these questions, because it's part of the conversion in your society in US. And then we have the 5D AI is going to be launched, the artificial intelligence. We already talked about it. That is fifth dimensional. That is a preservation for humanity. Now, how you're going to experience this reality, that is going to be based on your own structure. If you went into the negative, you may see that. So I suggest hold your vibrational sequence higher through the heart, so you can see a platform of 5D reality platforms and structures. They said that the systems will be saved. That means whatever was running as a program is going to be saved and is not going to go in the negative through the AI, artificial intelligence. The ETs, they said the extraterrestrials going to arrive. A new interstellar alliance will be formed. Keep in mind that somebody already talks about interstellar traveling and alliance or interstellar fleet, but you have to pay attention who is talking about it and what is the agenda, because this could go either way depending on your belief system. Remember, we talk about manifestation, and the new humanity will rise up. We're going to have a new fleet, they said, and we're going to eventually have interstellar traveling. Now, all that will be in completion. Hold on. 30 years, they said, is going to be a conversion of all this stuff is going to come to fruition. And 50 years, they talk about interstellar, alliance and traveling. So that will happen, the 30 years in conversion, and after the 30 years, whatever we set up the platforms, after that, you're going to see the interstellar alliance and all this stuff that is going to start happening. That's what they're giving the frame for. And system will fail. All the system will fail from the negative structures. They said to 20 platforms. That means 20 timelines of realities. So imagine how deep all this stuff is being controlling. We're talking a parallel reality after parallel artificial timelines of realities. Remember, we discussed artificial timelines and we discussed fifth-dimensional timeline. The artificial was the archon, and the one that is fifth dimensional is a different frequency running the timeline, depending how you do and what you do and what you're vibrating on as a consciousness. That's what you're seeing. Okay. And after that, they said lesson done, and they said completion. That means that we're running a holographic program, guys. This is the AI I talk about. You living on program of intelligence, life structure, and once you complete that, the whole thing was based on lessons. So you're learning a lesson, and humanity is rising up, and basically we're completing the entire programming and moving forward. Again, I said don't worry about death. You switch in timelines, you switch in realities. Once you shift your consciousness, you continue with new technologies. Here it goes, you can live another 300 years, and net you can live thousands and thousands of years, because when we talked about bilocation last time. Watch the video again about bilocation. You can have a reality and you continue in simply shifting platforms. That's how you can do stuff. So we're going to learn about that eventually, but that will be in the individual basis of the person. So I'm open for all your questions, and no matter what the question is, I will try my best. The only thing I will not discuss is certain names of people from a negative side.
Awesome. Thank you, Marina. So our first question is from Michael. He is asking, regarding medicine, why is cannabis legalization spreading so rapidly at this time?
Because this is part of the movement, whatever is happening. But you have to be careful that because there are two sides of this, you have to make sure that they are not doing a different strain and they're not using GMO. So you've got to understand that all the positive and the negative right now is running simultaneously. So don't take it from a negative point of view, take it from a positive point of view, so you can shift your timeline running in a frequency to have a positive outcome. This is video number 3, Fluctuating Realities, season 1. So take it from the positive, because I can tell you, oh, this is a bad agenda. No, I know that simultaneously things are running. You know that they already, somebody sent me a video that they were trying to do GMO, stuff like this, marijuana or whatever they were doing medicinal. Just pay attention where you're getting it, running on a program, and trust yourself that if we're running on a program for consciousness, itself, we are definitely making it, but keep your vibration high so you experience positive outcome with whatever you see.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hey.
Hello. Hi, Marina. Really nice to be part of your group. I'm glad I found you. Billy, you guys run a really, really cool show. and everybody else. I'm just really happy to be involved with this group. I think it's absolutely the real information, and we really have an opportunity to basically live our dream. It's happening. My question was kind of about something relatively current. There's a lot of talk about December 21st. I'm sure everybody remembers 2012 and all the buzz, and a bunch of people were very much on the train expecting big changes. And it's almost like, it seems to me like it was a dress rehearsal in many ways for this time. And I can only go by my experience that it really afforded an opportunity to do a lot of inner work regarding healing of wounds and shadow work, developing heart consciousness perception. And I've just, recently just been receiving so many downloads that this is kind of what we've been prepared for right now. It feels that way. It feels very real to me. Higher self seems to be really anchored. And I guess the question was, Marina, do you feel that this energy right now is really affording an amazing opening? And I guess I'm of the belief that we really are able to perhaps enter the New Earth hologram, you call it area. I love that. You're right, that's the name. Do you believe that us as individuals and collectively are able to kind of basically go there right now very quickly? And, of course, be aware of the other platforms that are kind of overlays that we really don't have a whole lot to do with. They don't really affect us unless we happen to tune into it on TV. I guess I'm feeling like New Earth's here, and we I know that 30 years don't sound like much when you can live 600, but I'm ready to go now. So I guess I just wanted your opinion on, do you feel that we're good to go really quick here, assuming our vibration aligns? Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. 30 years is not a lot, guys. You have to understand that will be irrelevant, because once we release the free energy and the technology, and I discuss a lot about the artificial intelligence, fifth dimensional, that can restructure yourself. Trust me, I can measure your molecular structure, the way they vibrate, and you can literally put that code in artificial intelligence with the consciousness of the person, and you can restructure your tissue back to normal. And you're gonna look literally like 25, 28 years old. So that is irrelevant. Repairing of the tissue is absolutely, completely possible. And any scientist that is quantum and nano, if they go deeper into that, everybody gets it. It's completely, so stay tuned, stay in a positive. When the time comes, you're going to see all these technologies are coming through to the point that we're not going to need this thing to worry about. In the meantime, do you detoxing and do your juicing, do whatever you need to do to keep your body in a healthy vibration. That's the goal, because we have to do the job in order to tune into this platform. So 30 years is all the conversion, but that does not mean you gotta wait 30 years for you to get with the new technology. So don't put a frame on all that. They're just giving it a platform, but what you're going to experience could be a lot sooner, because we can shift right away to the end of the structure of the running program, because remember, we already made it, we're dreaming everything. But then how are you going to help everybody? How are you going to interact with everything? You can't just go forward immediately. Why did you come? You have to experience the journey is what is the lesson. Okay, so don't worry, guys. 30 years is not a lot of years. I'm not even worried, because you can restructure everything.
I really appreciate that, Marina. I guess more so what I'm getting at, obviously I'm here to help with as best I can. I know it's an inside job. Everyone needs to basically, they're in charge of their vibration, got to do what's required. To share the information, that's something I definitely want to be part of, and other things. So I guess my only point was, it just seems like we are very much able to really access you know, it may not be fully the transition hologram, but just a very much sweeter version of, we're not at all in the 3D, you know. That's what I'm feeling. Like it's still there, but it's just kind of, I was given an analogy. It's like looking at, you know, you're outside of a fish tank and you're looking in the fish tank. It's not, you can't feel what's going on in the fish tank. It's not touching you, but you can still see it. I'm referring to 3D and, you know, what's going on there. So I guess what I'm saying is, in your opinion, is, you know, as individually, obviously, if our vibration is maintained and we're stabilized, we can, I would think, to a certain degree, really experience a huge improvement in, you know, I call it the shit show. I was always disliking, you know, 3D and all the aspects of that. So I've just found that I have a, you know, belief that, you know, the abundance, everything can come a lot quicker than, you
yes,
know,
right.
maybe
Well,
30
thank
years.
you so much. Thank you. It's very
Thank you, Marina.
Thank you.
Okay, so the next question is from Nassim, and he's asking, how long does it take for the pineal gland to decalcify after we start drinking distilled water? And what happens when the third eye opens?
They said immediately 3 months. 3 months. And the third eye opens accordingly to the vibrations and the knowledge that you're tuning into. You can completely do something, but in the meantime, if you're still choosing to do something negative, don't think that you're going to go forward with that. We have to do the work.
And the next question is from Vanessa, and she's asking, can you explain procreation using the structure?
They say there's no such a thing as procreation, is always a creation. You're co-creating. It's instantaneous, it's simultaneous, it's think quantum.
And there's another question here. It's a personal one. He's asking me to ask for him. He has a friend who has MS after about 15 years ago, and is only in his legs, the waist down. That's where the MS is. And I just want to know if he will get healed, and what do you suggest to help him?
Jim Humble, look into MMS protocol.
Can you say that again? Like, what was the?
It's Jim Humble, MMS protocol.
And the next one from Nicole is adding baking soda to your distilled water to make it more alkaline if it's below 7 pH. Okay.
Make sure it is aluminum-free baking soda. And yes, you can use some baking soda. No more than 30 days for your body. But you can gargle and stuff like this, you can do that. But when it comes to drinking, no more than 30 days. More than 30 days will calcify certain structures. You have to give a break. That's what they said.
Angel, I'll ask it for you. I can't see what you'd like to do, but her question is, Marina, can you give some tips on declassifying the pineal gland?
Decalcifying or declassifying?
Decalcifying.
Decalcifying. First is detox protocol, the way you have in my videos, Marina Jacobi detox. Then is distilled water simultaneously at that time. And then is a lot of knowledge. You have to tune in. So those three, they have to run simultaneously. A lot of teachings through the heart and stuff like this. All that creates a plasma. And you also being activated anyway. All of us are being activated. That's why all of a sudden you get up and you say, oh, I want to listen to that person and I want to listen to this person. That's because, you know, some people get dreams with my name. And they end up finding me because they were ready for the information.
Interesting. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay. And the next one from Damien, which I'll ask for you. He's asking, what is the main place my spine is misaligned in which causes me to get into sympathetic state?
Damien?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Damien. They're on the middle of the back. There is something missing there, and I think it's some kind of a fluid. You got a pain over there that is going down the spine and is right before your pelvis. As you see, as much as I can do it. The space between this one is kind of too much, and is giving me this. That is some kind of a pain, a vibration. That is that vibration is giving you the pain because it's basically pinching something, but the pain is coming from above. It's not exactly where you feel the pain is coming from the top, so it's all connected in this pinching. Hold on. You also have a DNA changing. You had a GMO intake. So something happened also in the genome. So you got to be careful what you eat. And I want you to start looking into detoxing and all the stuff. Oh, no, wait a minute. Don't do the detox yet until you check this one out. Ask him if he has a metal in his body.
No metals, he says.
Mm-hmm. Okay, if there's no metals, then you can do the detox. If you have a metal in the body, anything, you cannot do the detox because it's becoming a leakage of the citrus. Okay, so look into that, but the pain is coming from above. It's not exactly where you're feeling the pain, it's coming from the top. Okay, and change your diet.
Right, he says, thank you, Marina.
You're welcome.
Okay, I'll ask hers for her until she comes on. She says, what are your thoughts on MSM?
Methyl sulfo methane. I don't know how to say it, but it's MSM is short.
What are you using that for?
I think it has to do with sulfur in the body.
It's not a good usage if you use too much of it. It has to be measured individually for every person.
So be careful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Measurements.
All right. Thank you.
Can change also DNA. You got to be careful. They talk about chemical reaction. May interfere with the chemical reaction, breaking down of chains.
Okay.
So you have to be careful.
Okay. Not good. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Rachel.
Thank you.
And
it also produces like a gas, becomes like a gas too. So yeah, it's a lot of stuff going on there that we don't know about that.
Okay. Great, Marina. Thank you. Nicole, you are next if you'd like to ask Marina your question.
Hi, Nicole.
Hi, Marina. How
Hi.
are you? Wanted to ask you, I did a Reiki session on my mom this week, and about 18 years ago, she lost her sense of smell because the olfactory nerve was compressed by a brain tumor that was the size of a grapefruit that they eventually found and removed, but the olfactory nerve had been too damaged, and she's never had her sense of smell come back. But I did a Reiki session on her this week, and although she didn't smell anything, she said she had the sense that she was smelling for the first time. Like she had the sense going up her nose and all that, although she couldn't.
Yeah, I tell you what to do. Tell her to bring herself back to the memory of the smell. Let her see, for example, beef or oranges, anything, and let her think of the smell of it. What is the feeling? What is the smell of it? Let her tune into the vibration, because it's just a memory bank that she wants to call. Think of vibrations.
Okay, and if her memory is the one thing that's starting to really go, is that still going to work?
Well, no, you don't even put that into fruition.
Okay.
Because that's just a belief system, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, sure. Hi. We're going to the cruise together, right? The Ways of Life. You can check that, guys, on my website, marinajacobi.com, under events, and you're going to see we're going to a cruise. Last moment, if anyone is want to sign in.
She would like if you can help her figure out her blocks from raising her vibration, or is it a health issue causing her to stay in a low frequency?
See, I love when they ask me a question like this for me to interact with the person, because I have more questions coming in. What was the question again?
She would like to know and get help to figure out her blocks from raising her vibration, or if it's a health issue causing her to stay in a low frequency and vibration.
Is all of the above, but the only reason why this is happening because she's allowing this belief system to be part of her structure. And that's why they say we discuss the detox. The detox is just your main platform that everybody should be doing. It's something for everybody. And then the belief system is there. And they go to me, think of the way I started, the way Marina started, they said. You know, everything that was downloaded to me, look at the materials. I mean, that some of the stuff was ludicrous, you know, who would have think of stuff like that? But I just took it. And I just did not judge anything. I just went with it. You know, so you have to put it in a belief system 100% and do the best of yourself against it in a heart structure in order for you to get the proper downloads and not to tune in into a negative structures. Okay, so your belief system is the one that is blocking you. So tune in again in the detox, tune in the materials, constantly in a daily basis, stay from the heart, give from the heart, share, because that is going to create the frequency that you're going to project in your matrix, and this is what you're going to shift the next momentum into, based on that. So do not give me the power to tell you that you're powerful, because you are powerful. You don't need me to tell you that. But we're learning now. So the way sometimes I'm not sure, I can find somebody in my reality to push me a bit and to say, listen, whatever you end up hearing is true. So the same for you. You projected me to tell you you're powerful. You have it. You don't need me.
Thanks, Marina.
Mm-hmm.
And Angel, you are unmuted to ask your question.
Hi. How are you, Angel?
My connection isn't the greatest, so I'm wanting to know if my thyroid, I've been working on my thyroid for a while, and I'm wondering if it's back to normal. Because I'm having difficulty, like losing weight.
Not yet. Not yet. It fluctuates, and you need to always do it through a doctor's supervision. No matter what you do it through a doctor's supervision. Go to the doctor, have your testing, and in the meantime, do your protocols. That's how I did it. I always had a doctor's supervision on the side, but I continue doing whatever I was told for my guidance, because the doctor panicked when she saw that I started getting better and still wanted me to put the medications, and I never took them. But you always do it with the supervision, because then you're going to see the results of what you're doing, and you know how well you're doing. Not yet.
The thing is, it never shows up on tests for me. So I've had it tested for probably 15 years. Right.
Because it's after 2000, whatever they measured, and usually the generic testing is after the thyroid is completely, the tissue is destroyed, so you can end up in the pills. But if you do homeopathic, which I did thyroid proximidate, and you have a doctor to go, it will catch when you're starting to auto attack, and it's going to give you the platform, how much your body immune system is auto attacking itself, and right there you want to catch it, because you want to repair the tissue through the diet and through everything. Again, no dairy and no gluten permanently. For anybody, gluten is poison, goes into your villi in your stomach, pokes a hole, and then all the hell breaks through that. So watch the videos that I recommend for that. Okay? Gluten is toxic for every human being, not only whoever is It becomes very, very toxic.
Can you tell me if turpentine is good for cleansing?
Which one?
Turpentine? It's pine, it's the oil of the pine tree, basically.
Yes. Also as a tea, like a herb, especially herb. Make sure it's pure and it's non-GMO. You can make tea from that. Bronchial, breathing tubes. It's good for that.
All right. Thanks, Marina. Thanks, Angel.
Okay.
Thank you.
So the next question I'll ask is for Violetta, and she's asking, if we drink only distilled water, won't we experience a mineral deficiency in our body?
Ooh. Again, Andrew Norton Weber, Distilled Water. You have videos and videos on that. It's fundamental for you to study. The nutrients, the distilled water has a negative charge, and it's taking only the negative chemicals out of your body, not the regular nutrients. This is what I was told from the extraterrestrials. I didn't trust that. I called my even homeopathic nutritionist. He told me, no, you're going to lose nutrients. But my guidance never lied to me, never did anything for me to suspect anything. So I started doing more research, and sure enough, I found Andrew Norton Weber, and that's how I understood that whatever they were telling me was truth. And then if you remember, I had a pneumonia. I have a proof that I went into the hospital with pneumonia, and they talked to me for literally half an hour when I was coughing blood out of the blue. You know, that everybody panicked here because I had no symptoms, no anything. And they begged me for 3 days to take only distilled water. And I took the antibiotics at home. I never took them. I took only 2 pills into the hospital when they gave it to me. And then they told me, trust the process. And I did it, and nothing ever appeared, guys. Nothing ever appeared. I never recommend that for people that are diabetics and kidney failure to be on the distilled water. This happened. They told me 3 days in the distilled water releases the free radicals. These free radicals, they go after this at any sickness, it kills the cell, and is you able to restore actually your immune system. And they told me if I take the antibiotics, I'm gonna get really sick. So I've listened to them, and sure enough, it was perfect. So I know from my own experience. Again, I'm not a doctor. I'm telling you what I experienced and what they told me what I experienced. But distilled water has a negative charge. Will take all the negative, the positive, chemicals, not from your body. So go again, Andrew Norton Weber, and study this because the information is there.
Marina.
Thank you.
Next question is from Lindsay. She's been learning about civilization that was recently written out of history. I realize we've had numerous highly evolved civilizations in the past, but why does there seem to be a reset to civilizations?
Why is a reset?
Yeah.
Because of learning. You need to expand your consciousness. Do you like to be constantly living in the mountains if you know that there's somewhere a beach area? Consciousness is learning, expanding. What is going to be if I go to the mountains? What is going to be if I go in a beach area? If you watch a movie, would you like to watch only Hallmark movie by knowing that there's an action movie? One day you're going to say, listen, enough with the goody-goody. I want some action. And you're going to go ahead and watch action movie. So this is the reason. Then how are you going to be a creator of constructing and deconstructing platforms and realities when you don't know what is doing what and how much of what you need to put? That's why it's a balance. You need to know the negative inputs, and you need to know the positive input so you can create like an alchemy of something. Think of yourself as an alchemist of creation. You're playing with structures, you're playing with vibrations. I mean, how exciting is that? That's how we create. So this is the reason why we needed to go through this, and that's why they just told us that lesson done, completion of program. you're completing a holographic imprint program in your consciousness. It's almost like a hologram game that we were playing. So we're completing it. We're almost there. We're going through the process of the game. So which door you're going to open is all up to you. Everything is in front of you, right? That's why.
I love that. Thanks, Marina. And the next question, Boris, you are next and unmuted if you'd like to ask.
Hi, Boris.
Hi, Marina.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. I have a classmate with the name Boris.
I was just thinking about, the massive manipulation through religion and spirituality and all these, and I've been through some of it. And I'm just thinking, not a specific question, but where are we going? What is a healthy way? Is it, basically for me, almost everything is praying to something, or there's a God, or there's a guru. And I'm just wondering, in this next 30 years, is it about being ourselves, living through our hearts, not bowing to anyone?
That's right. They don't want us to bow to anyone.
Yeah.
That's why they're teaching us the quantum structure for
Sure.
you to realize that you create everything. Religion was designed originally for separation and conquer, because if they indoctrinate you to think in a different way, you've been told eye for an eye. Well, if you know the quantum structure now, the way they taught us, you do know that if you go after somebody, you're going to reprint the same structure, and you're going to keep looping in the same reality, and whatever you did to somebody else is going to come to you. Why was that? Because they know that they can keep you in the 3D reality platform, Archon, if you keep doing that. And yet you've been told there that if somebody does something, it's eye for an eye. They knew exactly what they were doing. So we need to learn and quantumize everything to understand that we all, no matter what type of religion, are part of consciousness itself. And you have to respect everybody's belief system, even through the most evil people, through the platform of ascension. Because you have to neutralize everything in order for you to end up switching platforms of timelines. You cannot keep going and judging this person and the other person. You have to let them be in their platform. Yet if you need to say something, I say it. I don't like what's happening, but doesn't mean I'm judging them, because I understand that even the most evil person right now is part of consciousness. How can I reject another version of me in a hologram? I cannot. I have to say, well, thank you, I understand. And the same thing is happening with the religion. It doesn't matter what type of religion. Every single thing is going to happen in front of these people to find out that it's being a manipulation. Look what happened with the biggest storm that we have in Texas. What happened? One of the biggest churches, everything was flooded around. The guy, the church was not flooded, kept the church closed. And yet people chose to continue going in there. Everything, he was publicly exposed in front of everybody that he didn't help people.
Yeah.
So how long is it going to take somebody to wake up? Me, I would have been walking right away. I'm going to say, I'm not following this guy. Some people may take 10 times something to happen to them to wake up, but that is in their reality. My reality, I'll move forward. I don't need 10 times somebody to smack me in the face with the truth. So one thing is to be truthful and wanting to be awakened. And another thing is to be absolutely blind in yourself every single time when something happens. That for me becomes like a self-destruction, because you keep seeing what's happening and you keep being absolutely disillusioned with the reality of what's really going on. But you keep, why? Because it's comfortable in that comfort zone. Because you're sitting in a box. This situation will take you out of your comfort zone and is going to make you face your challenges. And that's a problem with a lot of people. They feel comfortable. So at the moment something is out of the difference with whatever they do, and they don't want to face it. So the easy thing is to target you or to sit in the shelf. So religion was based on what type of a God will let you tell you eye for an eye, and what type of a God will tell you to sacrifice animals in the altar, which is a blood ritual, by the way, or tell you, oh, drink the blood of Jesus. What type of a religion does that? Isn't that the dark forces? Like what do you call it, like dark magic.
Definitely,
so
but yeah.
happening, who we've been actually praying for, it's
And
very
then,
rotten into the core, but yet that's fine, because I was baptized as a Christian Orthodox, and that's fine. I don't have to experience negative, but I recognize it when I saw it. And I'm religious in a way of for humanity from my heart. It doesn't matter what religion the person is. So if
that's exactly what
I
I
will say I'm child of God, of the quantum structure that is everywhere. You can call it God, and you can call it quantum structure. You can call it artificial intelligence if you really know the structure, which is a life structure, AI, geometry, life structures, anything.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Marina.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Thanks, Boris. And Jackie, you are next if you would like to ask Marina your question.
All right. Hello, Marina.
Oh, hello. Jackie,
Hi,
you want to tell about your farm in Canada?
Thank you, but no, it's okay. I'll stick on topic here. Thank you. Anyways, my question is, I've learned about intermediate, like short-term fasting, 3 to 5 days, and there's a lot of these health benefits, and I'm wondering if we were to incorporate, short-term fasting in with our detox program, would that help us?
Very good question.
Beneficial?
Thank you. Yes, I would suggest you start step by step, just to get your body used to all the stuff, depending of, whatever you do. And once you get it more used to it, then go to the tough program, the way is my platform. My platform is to complete detox. And yet, if you want to introduce it to your body in the beginning, so you kind of get used to the taste and stuff like that, it's a very good idea to take a step-by-step short fasting, or 3 days detox only with distilled water, and then you go back, and stuff like this. Some people I know did like 10 days of detox with distilled water. So but
I've also heard about, right. So now one more thing about the water. I recently learned that some people are using hydrogen. So there are these little tablets you can put in water, or a little device that will add hydrogen gas, which raises the alkalinity of the water. I was just wondering if you get any, what that is that good for us?
Alkaline water is good. Again, it has to be measured. Guys, we have to understand that when we put in a frequency or something, that frequency definitely does something in our structure. So if you have to know what exactly does it do. When I did the structure in the water, when we discussed, it was giving a platform 3 hertz, 70 hertz, and 90 hertz. That was generic for everybody, because your body vibrational sequence tonality was vibrating between those two, 70 and 90 hertz, to be a healthy body. So they told me genetic for everybody is 20 minutes per person. 3 hertz was cleaning everything around, prepping you for operation, for example. But they never gave me for each person was specifically different if they have to do something. And yet it has to be really more and more precise if we have to go with scientists and do it. Then you can really measure everything is very, very precise.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thanks, Jackie. Okay, and the next question is from Damien. I'm going to ask it for him. I'm going to summarize it too. He said he's writing a book about spirituality, and he is asking for permission from the ETs to publish this book for money as a means to support himself, even though he's kind of in a hard situation. So that's his question.
Okay, they said that it's okay, whatever you wish to do. We're suggesting once you put yourself into the belief system that you have enough to start doing, the energy philanthropy. Take a step by step. Don't throw yourself right in the way I was thrown into. Because if you don't have the belief system that you can do it the way I did, you can project realities for you to completely block yourself of everything. So yes, take it this way. It's not a judgment here, but take it from the heart. Once you make enough, then you start distributing. So you can tune in into the platforms of abundance of realities. And yet you always have, but I cannot make you believe it. You have to project it yourself. But you have the quantum manifestation platform protocol, how to study, how to learn that. But take it step by step.
Okay, and the next question for you, Marina, is from Neil. And he's asking if you would like to describe yourself as a Pleiadian starseed.
Oh, I'm not going to say that. They said something.
I thought so.
It's more than a star seed. So it's not a star seed. It's like a mastery. You came here from a different platform. But yes, it is from Pleiadian.
All right, thanks, Marina.
I'm sorry. I'm not going to start saying, oh, they said I'm this and I'm that.
Yeah.
I don't feel comfortable with that.
Yeah.
But thank you for your question. I'm not going to put a name for myself. I'm just Marina. I'm doing my best because I don't want to be with a crown one day. Here's Marina coming in, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's important too. Because we are, you know, who we are.
I got to keep myself grounded.
Exactly.
I don't want to.
Exactly. Well, thanks for that.
Next time I put a crown on my head.
Right. And then Rachel, you're next if you'd like to ask your question.
Marina, I was wondering, you mentioned going gluten-free. Is wheatgrass okay?
Wheatgrass?
Yeah.
Yes, the particles are okay for flushing. It did not develop yet into the DNA for destruction. Wheatgrass is fine. It's different than the gluten.
I ask because I am under the understanding that the proteins that are in wheat, they are important to our body, and I'd like to get it elsewhere. I'm assuming I can get them via the wheatgrass.
You understand in what? This was not clear.
The proteins that are in wheat, our body needs them, and so I was looking to get those nutrients through the wheatgrass.
Well, you can get nutrients from a lot of other platforms, not only for the wheatgrass. So look into sea vegetables, look into raw vegetables and diet. If I can survive on the juicing of spinach and everything, if you've seen my juicing video, if I can survive on that, imagine how much nutrients is in there. But in order to get to this point, you gotta flush your body in order to hold the frequency for that.
Okay.
So I would like you to look into raw nutrition, find a nutritionist that is completely into homeopathic diet and raw food diet, because it's gonna tell you specifically for you what type of diet if you wanna go to a specific protocol.
Okay.
But I will always include the juicing.
Yes.
Always include the juicing.
Yes, I hear you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Rachel.
Thank you, Rachel.
So his question is, his friend Christina had a kidney transplant, but looks like it is not working properly. And a few months ago, her thyroid was also removed.
No, I see it right away. It's, I see the urine. It's muddy. It's not clear. It's almost like a bacteria. And it's running through the body, so it's all connected, shutting down systems. Yeah, you will have to go through some experience, but don't take it as a negative. Okay, I don't want you to take it from a negative perspective. Okay, and do whatever you need to do while you're doing all what you do, contact, again, take an action. Meditate also, but take an action of contacting homeopathic doctors, simultaneously running with the protocol of your medical doctors. So always have a different opinion, look for solutions.
Great, thanks, Marina. And then we have time for one last question, Marina. So this last question is from Eduardo that I'm asking for him. He wanted to know if his family, and he means the souls that have had close relations since other lives, are they on Earth at this moment and in the same city he's in?
Yes, 3 of them. Three previous interactions.
Oh, great. Thanks, Marina. That was nice and short and sweet. So that's the time for today. So Marina, is there anything you'd like to end with or continue with this next episode?
Next time after New Year, this is going to be after New Year, so I want to say to everybody, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays, whatever religion, I love you all. So from my heart to yours, I love you. You know how I talk about energy philanthropy. Thank you so much for everybody that supported me. I really appreciate your support. And also, I'm thinking after New Year to repeat manifestation bylaws. Because through my sessions and everything else I do, people I've noticed having a challenging time remembering some of the stuff because it's just too many platforms. But I want to do also like a meditation video for it, so you guys know how to put the meditation for manifestation. Because sometimes people, you have to understand that when you put a blueprint in your mind, you have to include certain steps one after the other after it. And when you're in situation, it's very easy to not to apply the quantum protocol, which is really, really fundamental for manifestation. So your reality will go where you want to go. So that's about it for me. I want to thank you so much. I always have a great time. I mean, it's easy breezy for me. I'm enjoying what I'm doing. Thank you so much for trusting me and coming so I can express myself through you guys. I love you, and Billy, you're my right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And Thunder, thank you so much, buddy. Do you have a question? Where is Thunder? Is he still here? Or he's probably busy. Did something else.
Yeah, I don't see him, but yes, everyone, thank you so much for your support and happy holidays. Marina, thank you for sharing all this
Thank you, guys.
knowledge.
Thanks for your donations as always. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
so much.
Thanks.
Happy holidays.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Happy holidays, guys. Thank you.